My beloved child, I see you, right where you are. I know your heart, the way it trembles with anxiety in the quiet of the night, how it races with uncertainty about your future, how it sinks under the weight of decisions you can no longer delay. And so I speak to you now, not as a distant figure hidden behind the clouds, but as your Father, near, listening, and involved. You have come seeking something, maybe an answer, maybe a glimmer of peace, maybe just a confirmation that you're not alone. You are in the right place. I brought you here. I'm not surprised by your questions or your doubts. You didn't stumble upon these words by accident. I placed them on your path as a divine appointment to confirm that I, the Lord your God, am with you, and I am speaking. You've been wondering if what you feel, this heaviness, this searching, this ache, has a name. Yes, it does. It is the sound of your spirit longing for me. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not lost beyond my reach. You are not too late, too flawed, or too far. I knew exactly what would bring you to this moment, and I have waited patiently, lovingly to catch your attention. My beloved, I am here not to condemn, but to restore, not to shame, but to embrace, not to lecture, but to lift. Let me confirm what your soul has secretly hoped. You are seen, you are heard, and you are not forgotten. All your life, you've looked for signs that you matter. You've tried to read the faces of those around you, hoping to find a reflection of your worth. But let me tell you now with divine clarity, you matter. You always have. And I, the God of heaven and earth, have carved your name on my hands. I have counted every hair on your head. I have watched over you every night while you slept, and every morning as you faced your fears again. I have never missed a single sigh, a single tear, a single whisper from your heart. You are not invisible to me. There are voices in the world, even in your own mind, that try to convince you otherwise. They speak with authority, but they lie. They say you're weak, that you're failing, that you're forgotten. But listen to me, child. They don't know the plans I have for you. They cannot see the battles I've already fought on your behalf. They have no idea the miracles I'm preparing behind the scenes. And so I urge you now, tune your ears to the truth of my voice. I will never speak to you with cruelty. I will never lead you with fear. I will not taunt you with vague promises. I am clear, I am present, and I am trustworthy. Now let me stir something within you, a holy curiosity. Because what I have to show you is far more than comfort alone. I'm not just here to soothe you for a night. I'm here to awaken something deeper, something eternal. Don't you want to know what I see in your future? Don't you want to feel what it's like to walk with confidence? Not because life is easy, but because I am your strength. There is more, child, so much more. I'm not finished with you. This is not the end. This is not even the climax. This is the quiet breath before the breakthrough. And I want you to lean in, to stay with me, and to let me show you what comes next. Because I know what's been at stake for you. You've carried fears like stones in your pockets, fears of rejection, fears of failure, fears that you're too much or not enough. You've held your breath waiting for something to fall apart. You've tiptoed through life trying not to break what little peace you've managed to keep. But child, peace that comes from your own effort will always crack under pressure. What I offer is a peace that surpasses all understanding. What I build cannot be torn down by circumstance. What I begin, I finish. And I have begun a good work in you. If you miss this, if you turn away now, the noise of the world will only grow louder. The confusion will multiply. The enemy will continue to whisper lies in the dark. But if you stay, if you just dare to trust me, you will see what happens when heaven touches earth in your life. You'll begin to walk with clarity, purpose, and boldness that confounds every voice that ever doubted you. Do not take this moment lightly. What is being offered to you is not a fleeting, feel-good message. It is a divine invitation to transformation. And here's what makes this message different. Many will try to motivate you with empty promises. They will offer you quick solutions, catchy phrases, and temporary highs. But I offer myself. I give you my presence. I give you my spirit. I give you access to the throne room of heaven. And with it comes supernatural wisdom, divine favor, eternal purpose. I'm not asking you to follow a formula. I'm asking you to follow me, to step into a relationship where your life becomes a living testimony of my goodness and glory. This is not religion. This is not performance. This is not pressure. This is my love calling you to freedom. You were not made to merely survive. You were created to live boldly, to love deeply, to give generously, and to shine with a light that pushes back darkness. You were made in my image, and nothing about you is ordinary. You have a uniqueness that reflects my creativity. Your story, even the parts you want to hide, is a tapestry of redemption waiting to unfold. Every scar has the potential to become a signpost of healing. Every detour, a revelation of my sovereignty. Every trial, a setup for triumph. And yes, every weakness, a canvas for my strength. So if you're still reading, it means something inside you is already responding. That spark you feel, that flicker of hope, is me. I am drawing you in, not with manipulation, but with mercy. Not with force, but with truth. Let that spark grow. Don't push it down. Don't talk yourself out of this. You've done that too many times before. You've almost believed, almost dared, almost surrendered. But today, I am calling you into the full yes, the complete surrender. Not to lose yourself, but to finally find yourself in me. You've walked through seasons that stripped you of confidence, seasons where your prayers felt like they bounced back from the ceiling, unanswered. And yet, you're still here, not by accident, but by grace. Do you not see it, my child? Even in the silence, I was working. Even when you felt abandoned, I was holding you. Your tears did not fall unnoticed. They watered the soil of miracles. And now I am inviting you to remember what your spirit already knows. I am faithful. Let me lift the veil from your eyes so you can begin to perceive my hand in your story. I've been the whisper in the storm, the strength in your weakness, the open door you didn't see coming. I've been arranging moments, conversations, divine delays, and even closed doors to protect you from the traps you couldn't recognize. You thought it was rejection. I say it was redirection. You called it a loss. I call it preservation. You saw it as a detour. I declare it was alignment. You are not where you are by mistake. You are positioned by purpose. But you've grown weary. I know that. You've been trying to carry so much, the burdens of your family, the weight of expectations, the fear of disappointing others. You've been strong for too long. You smile when you're breaking inside. You encourage others while your own soul is starving. But hear me clearly. That's not strength. That's survival. And I did not create you to live in survival mode. I created you for peace. I formed you for joy. I breathed life into you so that you could thrive in my presence, not just endure in the shadows. So today, I am calling you out from the caves where you've been hiding, the caves of shame, fear, fatigue, and performance. I'm calling you back into the open, into the light of my truth. I want to restore the parts of you that have been silenced. Your laughter, your vision, your courage. I want to fill your lungs again with holy breath, not the anxious gasps of someone barely holding on. Let me be your oxygen. Let me be your source. You are not meant to carry everything that's my job. You are meant to abide, to trust, and to follow. I see how you've been trying to fix things on your own, controlling outcomes, overthinking every decision, striving to avoid pain. You've worn yourself thin trying to keep everyone else happy, trying to avoid rejection, trying to earn your worth. But child, your worth was settled the moment I formed you in the secret place. Your value isn't determined by what others see in you. It is anchored in what I've placed inside you. Stop measuring yourself by flawed human standards. Stop giving your peace away to opinions that don't define you. Let me remind you of who you are. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are called for such a time as this. The world may overlook you, but I have crowned you. You may feel small in your own eyes, but you are mighty in mine. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. In my kingdom, you are a royal priesthood, a vessel of glory, a temple of my spirit. That is who you are. And the enemy has tried desperately to make you forget. He's whispered lies to distort your identity. But I'm breaking every lie now with the truth of my word. You are not what you've been through. You are not what was done to you. You are not the sum of your failures or the echo of your trauma. You are redeemed. You are healed. You are whole not because you've done everything right, but because I've declared you righteous by the blood of my Son. You no longer need to strive for love. You are already loved with an everlasting love. Nothing you do can increase or decrease my affection for you. It is constant, relentless, and personal. This is the foundation I want you to stand on. I have not called you to be perfect. I've called you to be present. Present with me. Present in your healing. Present in the process. I know the days feel long. I know some nights you lie awake replaying your mistakes. But I have never left your side. My spirit has hovered over you like a mother over her child, soothing, protecting, and interceding when you had no words. You are not alone. You never were. And now I want to shift your perspective. You've been asking, why is this happening to me? But I am asking you, what if this is happening for you? What if the pressure you feel is the beginning of breakthrough? What if the pain is the stretching of a new birth? What if the waiting is the womb of transformation? My timing is not your timing, but it is perfect. And when I move, no one will be able to take credit. It will be obvious that it was me. You won't have to force the doors open. I will open them myself, and no man will be able to shut them. Stop fearing the future. I hold your future in my hands. I have already walked the days ahead of you. I know where every provision is hidden, where every divine connection will be made. I am not improvising. I am orchestrating. And every delay, every detour, every moment of stillness is saturated with my intentionality. You are never wasting time when you are waiting on me. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. You don't need to see the full picture to take the next step. You just need to trust the one who painted the masterpiece. Let me lead you, even when the path seems unclear, even when the winds blow strong. My hand will never let go of yours. I do not lead with confusion. I lead with clarity and peace. And where I lead, there is life, abundant life. So breathe. Loosen your grip. Let go of what you've been trying to control. Surrender is not weakness. It is strength. It is the doorway to miracles. I am not asking you to give up. I'm asking you to give it to me. Your dreams, your wounds, your timeline, your expectations, place them in my hands. They are safest there. The world tells you to hustle harder, to prove your worth, to be self-made. But I am telling you, rest in me, abide in me. Let me do what only I can do. I don't need your performance. I want your heart, and I want to give you mine in return, a heart of compassion, of power, of truth. This is your invitation to step into divine alignment. I see that you've struggled to believe this could really be for you, that these promises, these reassurances, these declarations of love and destiny are somehow reserved for others more righteous, more spiritual, more deserving. But I tell you the truth. I did not come for the perfect. I came for the weary, the brokenhearted, the misfits, the ones who have been disqualified by men but handpicked by me. I came for you. Don't let guilt convince you to stay at a distance. My arms are not crossed, they are wide open. I am not frowning over your imperfections. I am reaching toward you with a love that heals what shame has tried to rot. I am the God who restores what was lost, who rebuilds what was shattered, who renews what was wasted. You think too much time has passed, but I am the Lord of time. You believe too much damage has been done, but I am the God who brings beauty from ashes. I don't need perfection. I need permission to enter the places in you that you've kept locked up because you didn't believe they were worthy of light. Let me into those places. Let me heal what religion judged and what life mishandled. You've learned to pretend, to wear a mask of strength while your soul quietly screams for help. You've smiled through breakdowns, served while empty, loved while depleted. But today, I am asking you to let me tend to you. I don't want your performance. I want your presence. Just be with me, as you are not as you think you should be. I can handle your anger, your confusion, your disappointment. I am not a God who withdraws at the sight of your raw emotions. I am your Father. I already know everything, and yet I still draw near, not to accuse, but to embrace. You keep wondering what's wrong with you. Why can't you just be better? Why do you keep circling the same struggles, falling into the same habits, questioning your worth again and again? Child, the issue isn't that you're too weak. The issue is that you've been trying to fight spiritual battles with human tools. You've been trying to win in your own strength, and it's not enough. Not because you're a failure, but because you were never meant to do this alone. You need my Spirit, the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead. That Spirit lives in you, but you've been ignoring His voice, silencing His whispers, rushing past His leading, but no more. It's time to tune in, time to surrender your logic and lean into divine wisdom. Time to stop striving and start abiding. Time to stop merely surviving and start living as one who is indwelled by resurrection power. I will teach you how to fight, but it won't look like the world's way. You won't win with control, manipulation, or self-preservation. You'll win by surrender. You'll triumph by trust. You'll overcome not by proving yourself, but by standing still and seeing the salvation of your God. The weapons of your warfare are not carnal, they are mighty through me. Worship is your weapon. Obedience is your victory strategy. Intimacy with me is your fortress. Come into the secret place. That's where you'll hear me clearest. That's where confusion will break, fear will dissolve, and clarity will rise like the morning sun. I don't want your days filled with aimless striving. I want your hours marked by encounters with my glory. That's where you'll be transformed, not by your discipline alone, but by my presence. In my presence, your mind will be renewed. Your identity will be solidified. Your purpose will ignite like fire shut up in your bones. You've wondered why your prayers feel dry, why your worship feels mechanical, why your heart doesn't feel as connected. It's not because I've left. It's because you've allowed the noise to drown me out. The distractions, the opinions, the social scroll, the constant comparison, it has all numbed your spirit. But I'm awakening you again. Even now you feel it, a stirring, a shaking, a pull toward something deeper. That's me. I'm calling you to consecration, not legalism. To intimacy, not obligation. I'm not interested in robotic routines. I want a living relationship. I want you to know my voice like you know your own heartbeat. I want to be your first thought in the morning, your comfort in the night, your constant companion in every in-between moment. I'm not a Sunday experience. I am the breath in your lungs, the light on your path, the fire in your spirit. You were made for more than chasing approval. You were born for more than repeating cycles. You were created for communion with me. Real, raw, daily communion. When you start living from that place, everything changes. Decisions become clearer. Peace becomes tangible. Joy becomes steady. You begin to see yourself not as a slave trying to earn favor, but as a beloved child walking in inheritance. This is the life I died to give you, a life of intimacy, power, and purpose. And no, you don't have to earn it. That's what grace means. My grace is not a weak excuse to stay bound. It's a mighty force that breaks every chain. It's not permission to sin. It's power to live free. And that's what I'm offering you, freedom. Real freedom. From fear, from guilt, from addiction, from striving, from the need to impress, from the wounds of your past. I want to see you walk in the fullness of everything I died to give you. But it requires something of you. Not performance, but surrender. Not effort, but trust. Will you trust me with your heart? Will you let me rewrite your story? Will you stop living in reaction to the past and start living in response to my promises? Will you choose to believe that I am not only willing to heal you, but eager? That I am not only able to restore you, but delighted to? My child, the time is now. Not when you feel more ready, not when everything looks perfect. Now in the middle of the mess, in the thick of the questions, in the rawness of your reality. That's where I meet you. That's where transformation begins. Don't wait for another sign. This is your sign. Don't wait for another confirmation. This is your confirmation. Do you remember the moments you thought you wouldn't make it? The nights when tears soaked your pillow and your soul cried out in silence, unsure if anyone, even I, could hear you. I did hear you. Not one sigh escaped my notice. Not one moment of despair was overlooked. I was there, even when you couldn't feel me. I was holding you up when your strength had vanished, whispering life into your spirit when your mind was clouded with fear. I didn't just see your pain, I carried it. Yes, I carried it. Every burden that was too heavy, every fear that threatened to choke your joy, every secret anxiety you tried to hide from others. I took it all upon myself, long before you ever asked. That's the depth of my love. I didn't wait for you to have perfect faith. I didn't demand flawless devotion. I loved you at your lowest, your weakest, your most confused. My love didn't start when you got it all together. It found you in the ruins and began its work of restoration right there. You've asked me, why did I have to go through all that? And though you may not yet see the fullness of the answer, let me begin to reveal the truth. What you've walked through has not been wasted. The fire did not burn you. It refined you. The storms did not drown you. They taught you to cling to me. The betrayals did not define you. They broke the false dependencies, so I could become your only source. What the enemy meant for evil, I have always intended for good. You are stronger than you know, not because of your resilience, but because of my grace that carried you through. You thought your story was over in those moments of deep despair, but I was writing a new chapter in invisible ink. And now, as light shines on your life again, that ink is beginning to appear. You're seeing glimpses of how I was working when you thought I was silent. You're feeling the shift even now as I awaken your spirit to a greater reality. I have always been for you, never against you. My plans have always been redemptive. You were not made to live in survival mode. That was never my will for you. I created you to flourish, to grow, to bear fruit that remains. But first, I had to prune the branches that were draining your life. I had to strip away the counterfeit comforts so you would learn to find your refuge in me alone. It felt like loss, but it was preparation. It felt like abandonment, but it was divine alignment. I wasn't punishing you, I was purifying you, because I care too much about your destiny to let you settle for less than what I've promised. And yes, my promises still stand. Even after all you've been through, even with all your doubts, even with the detours you've taken, nothing has disqualified you from my purpose. I am not like man. I do not revoke my call when you struggle. I do not withhold my hand when you falter. I do not love with conditions. My covenant with you is sealed with blood, not behavior. I am committed to you more than you can comprehend, and I will finish what I started. So stop disqualifying yourself. Stop replaying your failures. Stop speaking death over your destiny. You are not the exception to my grace. You are the reason for it. You are not an outcast in my kingdom, you are a beloved heir. I have robes of righteousness with your name on them. I have a seat at my table with a place card written in your bloodline. I have a future for you that is still unfolding. And I need you to believe again. Believe that I can restore what was broken. Believe that I can heal what still aches. Believe that I can redeem what was lost. Your past may explain some of your pain, but it does not define your potential. I hold your future, and it is filled with hope. I am the God who makes all things new, not just better, but new. A new mind, a new heart, a new path, a new beginning. But I need your yes, not your perfect plan, not your flawless faith, just your yes. Your willingness to believe that I am who I say I am, that I am still the miracle worker, still the chain breaker, still the healer, the redeemer, the provider, the friend that sticks closer than a brother. I need you to believe not just in me, but in what I can do through you. You think your life is too small to matter? I tell you, even your smallest acts of faith ripple through eternity. A word of kindness, a whispered prayer, a quiet obedience, all of it matters. The world may overlook you, but heaven watches you closely. My angels are dispatched at your prayers. My spirit is moved by your worship. My heart rejoices over every step you take toward me. You are not insignificant. You are saturated with divine purpose. So rise up from the ashes. Dust off the dreams you buried. Shake off the labels that were never yours to carry. You are not what they said about you. You are not your trauma. You are not your weakness. You are my masterpiece in progress, and I am painting beauty with every stroke, even if you can't yet see the full picture. Don't let fear talk you out of your inheritance. Don't let weariness rob you of your wonder. Don't let doubt delay your destiny any longer. I am here, child, not just to comfort, but to empower. Not just to soothe, but to send. You were made to move forward. You were made to carry light. You were made to lead others to me. Look at how far you've come, even if you can't yet see the full landscape. My beloved, there is a power that's been growing within you slowly, steadily, faithfully, and now I'm calling it forth. That power is not your own. It is mine, alive in you. It's the very breath that sustained you when you thought you had nothing left. It's the spirit that whispered, "Get up," when everything inside you said, "Stay down." And now I declare, arise, shine, for your light has come. No longer will you live beneath your calling. No longer will you settle for a life of spiritual poverty while my storehouses of blessing wait unopened. I am inviting you into a new dimension of trust, a new level of surrender, a new wave of glory. And yes, it will cost you comfort. It will require you to walk by faith, not by sight. It will press you to let go of what's familiar and cling to what's eternal. But hear me, it will be worth it. The path ahead is not free from trials, but it is full of presence. My presence. I don't promise ease. I promise victory. I don't promise popularity. I promise purpose. I don't promise that you'll never cry again, but I do promise that I will collect every tear and turn them into testimonies. I will take every valley you've walked through and make it fertile ground for fruit you never imagined you'd bear. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will be wasted. I am not intimidated by your questions. I'm not disheartened by your doubts. I'm not offended by your wrestle. In fact, I welcome it, because the ones who wrestle with me are the ones I rename, the ones I transform. Like Jacob, who wrestled all night and walked away with a new identity, you too will come out of this with a new name written by my hand, beloved, overcomer, chosen, holy, anointed. The scars you carry will not define your weakness, but reveal my strength. The limp you walk with will only testify of the night you encountered your God. You see, I've never asked you for perfection. I've asked for honesty. I've asked for relationship. I've asked for your heart. And when you give me that, you give me room to move, to shape, to fill you with power beyond human measure. That's what I'm doing even now, infusing you with courage, with holy confidence, with clarity that no lie can withstand. Let me speak to those lies right now. The lie that says you'll never be free, broken. The lie that says your best days are behind you, false. The lie that says you'll never be good enough, crushed. I declare truth over you. Whom the sun sets free is free indeed. Your latter days will be greater than your former. You are more than enough, because I am in you. Do not return to the prison I've just unlocked. Do not pick up the chains I've just broken. You are not who you used to be. You are becoming someone new, someone bold, someone radiant. Stop apologizing for your process. Stop downplaying the transformation I am doing in you. Others may not understand it. That's okay. It's not their calling. This is between me and you. I'm not merely rearranging your outer life. I'm doing heart surgery. I'm pulling out bitterness and planting forgiveness. I'm removing pride and replacing it with humility. I'm uprooting fear and establishing peace. You'll begin to notice the shift, not just in your thoughts, but in your actions, your relationships, your dreams. I am renewing your mind so that you may discern what is truly good and pleasing in my sight. And with that renewal comes direction. You've been asking, where do I go from here? And I say, follow my voice. My word will be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. I won't give you the whole map, but I will give you the next step, and that step will be enough. As you move in obedience, I will meet you with provision. As you speak what I place on your tongue, I will give it power. As you walk in faith, I will go before you, behind you, and beside you. This is your season of activation. No more passive waiting. No more hesitation. The time of preparation has matured into the time of manifestation. I am awakening dormant gifts within you. Gifts you didn't even know you had. Gifts that were buried under the weight of shame and insecurity. Watch as they begin to rise. Watch as doors open without your striving. Watch as heaven invades earth through your yielded life. And with this calling comes a mantle, a responsibility. I have not called you just to be blessed, but to be a blessing. You are a carrier of hope, a vessel of light, a voice of truth in a world gasping for authenticity. You are not placed where you are by coincidence. Your workplace, your community, your family, it is your mission field. You are my ambassador, sent not with eloquence but with power, not with perfection but with compassion. Let your life preach louder than your words. Let love be your banner. Let humility be your posture. Let integrity be your standard. And let my spirit be your guide. As you walk this path, you will feel my presence thicker than ever before. You will see signs, confirmations, miracles, not because you chased them, but because you chased me. And in chasing me, you will find everything you need. Peace that surpasses understanding, joy that isn't dependent on circumstances, strength that doesn't fade, identity that cannot be shaken, legacy that outlives your years. This is what I long to give you, not as a reward for your works, but as a gift of my love. Let me speak to your fear now, the kind that lurks beneath the surface, the fear of being disappointed again. I know how many times you've believed for change, and it didn't happen the way you hoped. I know you've watched others walk into their miracles while you remained in the waiting. And part of you began to wonder if I had favorites, if somehow you had been overlooked. But hear me now. I have never forgotten you. Not once. Not for a second. My timing is not a rejection. It is a preparation. Every prayer you've whispered has been heard. Not one fell to the ground without purpose. Some were answered in ways you couldn't yet perceive. Some are still unfolding in ways that require your faith to remain steadfast. And some are being delayed not because you are unworthy, but because what I have for you is bigger than what you asked for. You see a door. I see a city behind it. You asked for provision. I am preparing overflow. You seek relief. I am working resurrection. But I also know the battle you fight daily between hope and weariness. Hope lifts your eyes. Weariness tries to pull them back down. And sometimes it feels like a tug of war between what your heart believes and what your circumstances shout. But I am here now, infusing your hope with endurance. I am renewing your strength like the eagles. I am lifting your eyes again to see what your natural vision cannot yet perceive, the promises still alive, still intact, still available. You have not missed your moment. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. The world may operate on deadlines and pressure, but I operate on destiny and process. I have never been late, and I will not start with you. I am outside of time, yet intimately present in your now. And in this moment, I am releasing grace, fresh grace, to keep going. You've thought about giving up. I saw the moments you considered walking away from it all, not because you didn't love me, but because you were tired, disillusioned, hurt by delay. But I held you. I protected you from making permanent decisions based on temporary pain. And now I say to you, don't stop. You're closer than you know. The breaking point is often the birthing point. What you thought was your end is actually a beginning. I am not just preparing a blessing for you. I am preparing you for the blessing. Because without preparation, even a good gift can crush you. So I've been building your character, deepening your roots, stretching your capacity, teaching you to discern my voice in stillness, to trust me in silence, to believe me when nothing makes sense. That kind of faith cannot be faked. It is forged in fire, and you, my child, are coming forth as gold. This next season will require that refined faith. I'm not calling you to repeat what you've known. I'm calling you to pioneer something new. New levels of influence. New expressions of worship. New territory to possess, not for your glory, but for mine. And I will equip you for every part of it. You will not walk alone. You will not lead alone. You will not suffer alone. I have gone before you, and I am sending people to walk with you, divine alignments that will confirm what I've been speaking in private. You will recognize them not by their appearance, but by the spirit they carry. They will not compete with you. They will complement you. They will not drain you. They will refresh you. They will not manipulate you. They will honor what I've placed in you. And together you will build what cannot be shaken. These relationships are not born from popularity. They are born from prophecy. You don't need everyone to approve of you. You just need to be aligned with the ones I've assigned to your journey. I am also calling you to release what you cannot carry forward. Some attachments have become entanglements. Some patterns have become prisons. Some thoughts have become torment. And I'm saying now, let them go. Not to leave you empty, but to make room for the new. You cannot hold on to bitterness and walk in breakthrough. You cannot keep old mindsets and expect new miracles. I'm cleansing your inner world because I'm about to expand your outer one. This is the season of pruning, not as punishment, but as preparation for more fruit. I cut back what's unhealthy. I remove what no longer serves your growth. And though it may sting, know this. My knife is not meant to harm, but to heal. My hands are gentle. My intentions are pure. I don't tear down without rebuilding stronger. I don't break without the intent to restore. Let me do this work in you. Don't resist the process. Don't retreat when it gets uncomfortable. Don't sabotage your progress by going back to what I've called you out of. I'm not trying to make you better, I'm making you new. You won't recognize yourself when I'm finished, and others won't be able to explain the transformation. But they will know it was me. You were never meant to blend in. You were set apart. You carry a light that cannot be hidden. The enemy has tried to dim it with distractions, discouragement, and deception, but I am reigniting the fire within you. You will burn again, not with burnout, but with holy passion. You will dream again, not for survival, but for destiny. You will love again, not from a place of lack, but from the overflow of my presence. So do not fear the fire. I walk with you through it. Do not dread the waters. They will not overtake you. Do not run from the giants. I have already defeated them. Your victory is secure not in your performance, but in my promise. Let your soul settle now. For what I am doing in you is deeper than feelings and greater than fleeting moments. I am establishing something eternal, a foundation that no storm can shake. You've been tossed by waves of emotion, battered by winds of doubt, but now I am anchoring you in my truth, and my truth does not waver. My truth is your solid ground, your sure footing, your unbreakable core. Stand on it, and you will never fall. The world has tried to define you by your trauma. People have tried to label you by your mistakes. Even your own thoughts have tried to convince you that you're nothing special, that your life is common, small, and visible. But I, the Lord your God, speak over you a different identity. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are my masterpiece, handcrafted for glory. You carry my spirit, and where my spirit is, there is freedom, not someday, not hypothetically, but right now. This freedom doesn't mean you'll never face another battle. It means the battles no longer determine your identity. It means fear no longer has the final word. It means shame no longer holds your heart hostage. You are no longer a prisoner of your past. You are a vessel of my purpose. And now, I am calling that purpose to rise. I placed within you seeds of destiny long before the world spoke a word over your life. Before rejection ever touched you, I had already called you accepted. Before pain had a chance to wound you, I had already written healing into your story. Before you breathed your first breath, I had already planned every good and perfect gift that would fall into your hands. Nothing has surprised me. Nothing has derailed my plans. Nothing is too broken for my power. So take this moment as a divine marking point, a before and after. Not just a shift in mindset, but a shift in the spirit. The old has passed away, the striving, the shame, the searching for validation, and behold, the new has come: rest, identity, inheritance. No longer will you chase after people's approval. No longer will you let circumstances dictate your confidence. No longer will you look outside of me for the love that can only come from within me. You are deeply, eternally loved. And that love is not conditional. It is not fragile. It is not performance-based. My love doesn't increase when you get it right, or decrease when you struggle. It is constant, steadfast, immovable like me, because I am love. And when you receive that truth, it changes everything. It sets your heart free from the need to earn, to strive, to be anything other than who I created you to be. So let me love you. Let me wash over the years of performance with rivers of grace. Let me heal the places where religion wounded you, where people misrepresented me. I am not cold. I am not distant. I am not angry with you. I am here, close, tender, fierce in my pursuit of you, gentle in my restoration, holy in my intentions. I don't just want to use you, I want to know you. I want to walk with you in the garden again, in the cool of the day, without fear or hiding. And in that place of communion, I will reveal the next layer of my calling on your life. I have assignments for you, not burdens, but divine missions that will fill your spirit with joy. I have people waiting for your obedience. There are hearts that will awaken because you decided to believe again. There are lives that will be transformed not because you shouted the loudest, but because you carried my presence the deepest. You see, my glory is not just for platforms. It's for dinner tables, for commutes, for whispered prayers in quiet rooms. You don't need a spotlight to shine. Just be with me. Let me fill you, and you will overflow without effort. The world is aching for authenticity, not noise, not performance, but real encounters with me. And you, my child, are an answer to that ache. That's why the enemy fought you so hard. That's why you faced such intense warfare, even when it didn't make sense. Because hell saw your potential before you did. Because darkness recognized the light I was placing within you, and it tried to snuff it out before it could mature. But it failed. You're still here, and not just surviving. You're being resurrected. You're being revived. You're being rebuilt stronger than before. The enemy's threats may have roared, but my whisper carries more power. My word is sharper than any sword, and it has been slicing through the lies, the fears, the despair that tried to entangle you. And now, that word is becoming flesh in you. You are embodying the truth. You are carrying my presence. You are walking into rooms and shifting atmospheres not because you're loud, but because you're aligned. Let that settle in your spirit. Alignment over appearance. Obedience over outcome. Presence over platform. That is your portion. That is your legacy. And as you embrace that, watch as I elevate you not to feed your ego, but to extend my kingdom. I exalt the humble. I strengthen the meek. I shine through the surrendered. And your surrender is creating space for miracles. So prepare your heart. The doors I am about to open will not be like the ones you've seen before. You won't have to force them open. You won't have to prove yourself to enter. You'll walk in simply because I've called you. And when you do, you'll look back and see how every delay, every detour, every dark night was leading you here to purpose, to promise, to power. You've longed for clarity, for certainty, for a voice to rise above the noise and tell you, this is the way, walk in it. So here I am, speaking straight into your spirit, unveiling the mystery you've wrestled with for so long. Your life is not random. Your steps are not wasted. Your path, though winding, is directed by my own hand. You may not always see it, but I am the one aligning the pieces. At every step you've taken, even the ones you regret, I am redeeming for good. You've been trained by hardship, softened by struggle, refined by fire. I did not cause your pain, but I've used it. The betrayal, the loss, the injustice, I've taken what was meant to harm you and turned it into the foundation of your authority. Others will find freedom through the very scars you once tried to hide. Your wounds have become weapons, and I am using your story as a divine declaration that I still heal, I still restore, I still raise the dead things back to life. Yes, even those dreams you buried in grief, even the parts of you that were shut down by disappointment, I'm resurrecting them now. Can you feel it? That stirring in your chest, that flicker of warmth in your heart, that whisper that says, maybe it's not over? That's me, breathing again into the places you thought were gone forever. Child, I'm not just reviving you, I'm revealing you. You've hidden long enough. The version of you that played small to make others comfortable, that dimmed your light to avoid criticism, that bowed under the weight of guilt and comparison, that version is no more. I've called you to rise. I've called you to stand tall in the fullness of who I made you to be. Not proud, not arrogant, but radiant with purpose, rooted in truth, and unshakably secure in my love. It's time you see yourself the way I do. Not as the world has labeled you, not as trauma has shaped you, but as I formed you, intentionally, beautifully, with gifts that carry eternal significance. You are not overlooked. You are not late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are in process. And I, the author of your life, am still writing. Don't rush this process. Don't despise the waiting. What I'm building in you takes time, not because I'm slow, but because I'm thorough. I'm weaving character into your calling. I'm fortifying your spirit so you won't collapse under the weight of your future. I'm teaching you to recognize my voice, not just my gifts. I'm inviting you to know me, not just know about me. Because, child, I'm after your heart. Always have been. Not your performance, not your perfection, your heart. That's where the real transformation begins. That's where my spirit can breathe. That's where my truth takes root and multiplies. When I have your heart, I have access to everything else. Your thoughts, your decisions, your desires, and when those align with my will, nothing is impossible for you. So let's rebuild from the inside out. No more fixing the external while neglecting the internal. I want to heal the root, not just trim the branches. I want to deliver you from the cycles that keep repeating the fear of failure, the craving for approval, the paralysis of self-doubt. These are chains I am breaking right now. You do not need to carry them into the next season. Let them fall. All of them. The lies you've believed, the pain you've absorbed, the disappointments you've never voiced. Lay them at my feet. I know what to do with them. I don't dismiss your pain, I redeem it. I don't minimize your suffering. I use it as the soil for supernatural growth. In your weakness, I am strong. In your surrender, I am sovereign. In your yes, I am glorified. That's what this is all about, glory. Not just blessing you, but revealing myself through you. When others look at your life, I want them to see me. I want your story to scream of my mercy, your presence to echo with my peace, your victories to point to my power. That's why I've chosen you, not because of your resume, but because of your readiness to be used. Not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. You may think you're not ready, that you still have too much to figure out. But I tell you, readiness is not about having all the answers. It's about having a willing heart. And you, beloved, have that. You've come through the wilderness with your worship still intact. You've clung to me even when the answers didn't come. You've kept the flame alive. And now, I am breathing on that flame until it becomes a fire. This fire will not consume you, it will commission you. It will refine you, ignite you, and send you into places you never imagined you'd go. You'll speak with authority because you've walked through the valley. You'll love with compassion because you've known what it means to be broken. You'll lead with humility because you remember what it felt like to be overlooked. You will be a light, and darkness will not overcome it. This is the time. This is the shift. The heavens are open. The atmosphere is pregnant with purpose. Angels are moving. Doors are creaking open. Chains are falling. The past is breaking off. Your spirit is awakening. Can you feel it? This is holy ground, and you, child of the Most High, are being raised for such a time as this. Stay close. The next word carries wind, the breath of heaven, filling your lungs with life, direction, and undeniable power. I am still speaking, and I will not stop until the work in you is complete. Keep reading. Your transformation is unfolding in real time. Listen closely now, beloved, for this is sacred territory. Your spirit is awakening, yes, but now I am taking you deeper, not just to stir your emotions, but to establish a covenant, to bind your heart to mine in a way that cannot be shaken. This is not just inspiration. This is impartation. I am placing something eternal within you, a seed of destiny, a flame that no storm can extinguish, a truth that no lie can override. You have been chosen, not just to be healed, but to heal. Not just to receive love, but to become a vessel of it. I am not only calling you to live free, I am calling you to set others free. You will not walk through this fire for nothing. You will carry the fire of revival in your soul. You will walk into dry places and see springs of life erupt. You will enter atmospheres poisoned by fear and speak words that cleanse and liberate. And you will do it not because you are perfect, but because you are filled with my presence. My glory is your covering, and my spirit is your power. Do not be afraid to step into what seems beyond you. That's where my power is most visible. The calling on your life will not be accomplished by your talent, but by my spirit. So don't limit me to what you think you can do. I don't operate within the confines of your resume, your personality type, your experience. I look for hearts willing to say yes, and you, beloved, have said yes. That is why heaven is responding. You've asked, who am I to do this? And I answered, you are mine. That alone qualifies you. That alone commissions you. You are my instrument, my ambassador, my dwelling place. And because you carry my spirit, you also carry my authority. You can speak to mountains, and they will move. You can confront demons, and they will flee. You can declare healing, and the sick will recover. You can prophesy life, and the dead places will resurrect. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. But I caution you, never forget where your power comes from. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay yielded. Your strength is in your surrender. Your authority is found in your intimacy with me. Guard your heart from pride, from distraction, from compromise. This world will try to pull you back into its systems, its applause, its temptations. But I've called you to live higher, holier, purer, not out of fear but because of love. You are not trying to earn my affection. You are walking in it. And that love purifies everything it touches. So walk worthy of the calling, not because you must strive, but because you now see who you really are. Royal, redeemed, reformed, reborn. You are not the version of yourself that trauma created. You are not the sum of your worst decisions. You are not a victim of what happened to you. You are a child of the King, walking in the legacy of resurrection power. You were crucified with Christ, and now you live not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit. This is why the enemy is terrified of you, not because of your past, but because of your potential. He sees what you carry. He knows what you're becoming. He hears the whisper of heaven every time you pray, and that sound shakes hell's foundations. That's why the warfare has been so intense. That's why the delays came. That's why the betrayals hurt so deep. The enemy hoped you would quit, but you didn't. And because of that, your breakthrough is not just coming, it has begun. The atmosphere around you is shifting. Angels have been dispatched. Resources are being released. Divine favor is making room for you. What once resisted, you will now make way for you. What once mocked you will now respect the anointing upon you. Those who doubted you will witness your rising, not for your glory but for mine. I raise up the humble. I lift the bowed down. And now, I am lifting you. But with elevation comes responsibility. Stay hidden in me. Let me be your reward. Let my voice be the loudest. Let my approval be enough. Refuse to chase what the world idolizes: titles, fame, influence. Chase me. Desire my presence more than platforms. Desire my truth more than trends. If you will prioritize my presence, I will cause everything else to fall into place. You are about to step into rooms you once only dreamed of. Doors you thought were shut forever will swing open. But remember, every door I open is not just for your benefit, but for others to encounter me through you. Be the one who carries my love into boardrooms. Be the one who brings peace into conflict. Be the one who stands for truth in a world that celebrates compromise. Be the one who looks like me, sounds like me, loves like me. And when you feel overwhelmed, when you wonder if you're really equipped, just return to this place, this moment, these words. I, the Lord your God, am with you. I go before you. I surround you. I live within you. You are not alone, not for a second. I will lead you with wisdom. I will cover you with grace. I will defend you with zeal. I will protect what I've placed in you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against you, I will silence. Every curse spoken over you, I have reversed. So go forward now, not with fear, but with faith. Not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. The world is waiting for what I've placed inside of you. The time is now. The call is clear. The mantle is resting on your shoulders. And I, your father, your friend, your fortress, your fire, will never leave your side. Stay with me. There is still one more word, the final breath of this divine message, saturated in promise and sealed in eternal love. Prepare your heart. It will be the exhale of heaven into your soul. Now, my child, receive this final word not as a closing, but as a beginning, the launching point of your new season, the moment your spirit fully awakens to the magnitude of what I've placed within you. I have walked with you through the valley. I have spoken to you in the silence. I have lifted you from the dust and crowned you with purpose. And now, I send you forth with my seal upon your life, a mark not of man but of the Spirit of the living God. You are made for more than survival. You were made for impact. You were created not just to get by, but to reign not in pride, but in power. You are an heir to a kingdom that cannot be shaken. You are a light that darkness cannot extinguish. You are a voice that carries heaven's truth into the earth. Your words carry weight because they are drenched in obedience. Your hands bring healing because they are lifted in surrender. Your steps are ordered, and where you walk, atmospheres will shift. Not because you are great, but because I am great in you. This generation is hungry, searching, desperate for something real, and I have prepared you as an answer, not to point them to yourself, but to me. Your life is a signpost to hope, a mirror of my mercy, a vessel for my glory. So do not hold back. Do not hide what I've refined. You are not the same person who once questioned if you'd ever be whole. You are no longer the one bound by past regrets or paralyzed by fear. You are free. You are bold. You are rising. And as you rise, I rise in you. As you speak, I speak through you. As you love, my love will overflow. As you move, heaven will move with you. Your life will no longer be defined by what was done to you. It will be defined by what I am doing through you. I will multiply your influence, not for attention, but for transformation. I will bless the work of your hands, not for riches, but for reach. You will feed the hungry not just with food, but with truth. You will break chains not just with prayers, but with your presence. You will awaken hearts that have been sleeping under the weight of lies. Your life will be a living altar, and I will inhabit it. Don't underestimate how I will use you. The little you offer will become much in my hands. Your obedience will be like loaves and fish, small in your eyes, but multiplied for the masses. I don't need your perfection. I need your yes, your consistency, your faith. I will use every season, the pain and the joy, the wilderness and the breakthrough, to speak a louder message than words ever could. You've waited for others to affirm you. You've longed for someone to say, "You are enough." But I tell you now, I, the creator of the stars and the giver of breath, say that you are more than enough. Because I am your enough. My grace is your portion. My strength is your fuel. My word is your foundation. And my love, oh, my love is your eternal security. Walk boldly into this new chapter. And when doubt whispers, come back to this truth. When fear rises, return to my presence. When discouragement tries to dim your light, lift your eyes and remember who you are and whose you are. You are mine, forever mine. And no power in hell, no scheme of man, no lie from your past can change that. I have made a covenant with you, sealed by the blood of my Son, sustained by the breath of my Spirit. I will never break my promise. I will never walk away. I will never forget your name. And when you feel weary, I will carry you. When you falter, I will catch you. When you cry, I will bottle every tear. When you rise, I will celebrate you. And when you speak, all of heaven will echo with joy. This is not the end. This is the commissioning. From this day forward, everything changes. The shadows lose their grip. The chains are gone. The lies are silenced. The new has come. You will never be the same, and the world will never be the same because of what I will do through you. So rise, speak, love, heal, declare, create, build, and above all, remain in me. For as you do, I will remain in you. And together, we will shake the earth with the power of heaven. Amen. If this word has stirred your heart, share it. Let my message reach those who are hungry for hope.